hate it when people do deflecting like that instead of when people, they could just they could just say, well, why did you feel that way? It's like, we feel like this is critically underwhelming. This game is underwhelming. It's not been written. Oh, you're just homophobic. What? To quote Oni, my head hurts. Folks, I've heard of some doozies in my years, but that one takes the cake. Mulligan. I can't think straight.
Unfortunately, I've noticed this a lot. It comes down not just in the Warner Brothers, but in a lot of Hollywood. And it's that whenever most recent films that have come out that are pushing agendas, and I hate to get into this topic, but they use the excuse of, oh, you don't like it because you're anti something. No. Media is supposed to be for everyone.
Yep.
If you try to force a message in there, as much as Litz has said in the past, people will turn away from it.
Yep.
And nobody nowadays can take criticism.
If it's constructive, saying the delivery of that line was fine, but it would be better if it wasn't so wordy, that's, offering praise, but offering constructive feedback. But the reason criticism is given is because people know that you can do better. That's why they give it. I mean, yeah, every once in a while, an actor or a studio has a lukewarm hit or not one of their best ones. That's life. That happens. Because you can't produce grade A quality all the time, because at some point the bubble bursts, you go back to basics, and you get it fixed. But I've got nothing. Raiden, if you want to say something after that, go ahead, because I can't think.
Be short and sweet about this. Well, not to the extent of Steve, but David, let me ask you something. Do you hate innovation? Or more importantly, do you hate animation? Because I've seen a trend here. A lot, and I mean a lot, of Cartoon Network's upcoming animations have been put on the shelves, or not coming out at all, because of you. Are you that vapid? Are you that dense that you don't want to see Warner Brothers? I mean, let's be honest, man. Warner Brothers and animation have been a big slippery slope despite all the success. But at the end of the day, one of them does do well, but it's beloved by fans. Despite the controversy of current Animaniacs, there are some topics that, oh wow, I get that now. Even though old Animaniacs, especially from an adult mind, you get. It's a damn shame that Coyote versus Acme no longer be known. Because you have people like myself, from adult mind, who love to see this in the big screen. Especially with big stars like John Cena and Lana Condor.
Yeah.
That's money right there. John Cena? John Cena? Who's getting better with acting every single day?
Wow.
Damn, damn, damn. At the end of the day, David, I feel bad for you. I feel bad that you have to make all the decisions and you have to live with every single one of them. While the fans of animation and just media as a whole hate you. And when you're gone, you won't be missed. Oh, Steve mentions kill the Suicide Squad, kill the Justice League. Oh boy. I did hear about how they treated Kevin Conroy Batman. But luckily, there is a bright side. That's not his final role.
I
Because
remember
what I
hearing
heard,
about this.
yeah, because from what I've heard, his final role will be in Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earth Part 3.
Oh
So
wow.
rejoice, my Batman fans. Still need to watch that. Watch that first one. It was really good. So rejoice, Batman fans. You'll get the closure that you deserve. Because that man has given us so many memories. And we want to honor him the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not from what I've heard from Killer Justice League.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Like Steve said,
Yeah.
Rocksteady, man. What the fuck? Coming from after Arkham Knight, this is how you treat people. Now, Suicide Squad, it's a great brand. As after the Suicide Squad from James Gunn, that was amazing. But from this, it just felt, from what I've seen, very hollow.
And from
funny because you want to go ahead?
Sorry, but there was a few things that I looked into a lot of stuff involving the creation of the Suicide Squad game, and several of the things in there just seemed very activisty, and the fact that none of them understood the DC media. For one thing, all the heroes that are in the game get pretty shit on in terms of their deaths, except for Wonder Woman. Just think about that. Barry ends up dying. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
For example, when Barry Allen dies, Captain Boomerang only ends up relieving himself.
Oh,
on,
I've seen
on Flash,
videos
on the corpse of the Flash. But just trying to understand it all, just it makes my head hurt and it infuriates me.
Yep.
And they say, and there's all these Easter egg, there's all these things saying Batman will return or something or other. But judging by the negative performance of the game, I don't think it's going to get into the first or second lot of DLC to come out.
Nope.
And it's a poor sign when you hear that Steam are taking down almost 2/3 of the reviews of the game that are negative. It's a telling sign. Anyway, carry on, Raiden.
I just find it real funny that Insomniac is doing better with superhero games than Rocksteady. It's very apropos. Not on some Marvel DC stuff, but it's more on superhero stuff. And I just conclude that whatever, for me, I do have hope. I do hope that Coyote versus Acme will make it to the light of day. Until then,
Well, there's
David
a lot
Z.
of
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of movement going online for that. If enough people come together, some way or another, it may get noticed.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And I've said this time and time again, David Z. There's no chance in hell you see in heaven after making decisions like this, dog. I'm just saying.
Nope.
You ain't seeing the pearly gates.
Dan's just asking, if I made my own Mount Rushmore of Power Rangers, who would be on it? Well, JDF for one, because he was Power Rangers.
Yes.
Definitely David Yost, because OG Blue Ranger. It's actually refreshing to see how well he fit in with Cosmic Fury Rangers. And it has to be said, time has been good to him. I mean, alright, he doesn't look like his mid-20s self as he was during the 90s, but, you know, he looks like he's still in shape and, you know, he's aged gracefully. And, you know, to see, you know, an original Mighty Morphing Ranger come back that, and I say this, you know, constructively, that wasn't, say, Austin St. John or JDF. I mean, I always loved it when Tommy came back, but it was nice just for once to see some of the other cast members we hadn't seen for a while. So for David Yost to show up out of the blue nearly 30 years later, it's like, that's good. You know, it's good to see him make a return. Amy Jo, absolutely, because to me, she's the most iconic Pink Ranger. Who else? Definitely Johnny Young Bosch. I felt like he was probably at his best when he was the Black Ranger, because when he made it into Turbo, they tried to make him comedic, and it's just like, he was better when he was like one of those soulful characters. Didn't really say much, just went in and did it. Let's see. JDF, David Yost, Amy Jo, Austin St. John, because you gotta have the original Red Ranger.
Oh yes.
Who else?
For me, especially in honor of Black History Month, gotta put Walter Jones there.
Hell yeah.
Oh, definitely.
He carried that 30th anniversary episode on his back.
Mm.
And man has aged so well. I mean, he doesn't look any different. I mean, if anything, if you had to put like any time distance, he looks like maybe 10 to 15 years after Mighty Morphin. But, you know, it's something like we've said before. There's something in the African American genetic code where they just don't age as quick.
Nope.
And it's the same thing as if Tui Trang was still here, she probably would have aged just as well. Because
absolutely.
Because she was a looker even back in the day, and even if she were here now, Raiden and I would be like, you know, pushing our shades down, going, "Hey girl, how you doing?"
Basically.
And Amy Jo, Fountain of Youth. Although she's been compared with the there was a time that she actually got compared with an actress who was on Alias.
Jennifer Garner?
Yeah, she got compared to looking similar to her on occasion. But then again,
in a sense, they kind of sort of do look alike.
And it's a similar thing with John Cryer and Matthew Broderick, because on occasion they get mistaken for each other. I'm like, yeah, from certain angles I can sort of see why. And I love Karen Ashley. That girl is full of bubbly energy. Although on her podcast, she's not above saying how she feels, and she's dropped certain words on occasion. I'm like, oh wow, okay. But yeah, you go do her, and I might be confusing her with someone else, but apparently she announced she's recently a grandmother, and I'm like, huh?
Wow.
But she's another one. She's aged really well. I mean, when I saw her show up in Now and Forever, was the 30th anniversary episode called Now and Forever? I think.
Always and Forever?
Yes. I mean,
Once and Always, my bad.
Yeah, Once and Always.
Yes.
Even I'm looking at her like, hey girl, how you doing? And they did really update the morphing sequences well to where it's new but familiar. You know, all they did was just update the graphics and what have you, and it's actually refreshing that we've actually got a new yellow Mighty Morphin Ranger. Although there are a couple of continuity questions with regards to that, because how were the original three able to have their powers back, considering they did the power transfer in season 2, and how would Billy have gotten his Triceratops power coin, considering they were destroyed by Goldar during the Alien Rangers mini-saga?
Actually, I thought it was the ninja coins that actually got destroyed by Goldar.
Well, Zordon highlighted during, I think it was Draining Pink, when Kimberly's power coin got stolen, when Ninja recharged their power coins, so saying that, you know, they still had their power coins, they just had certain things changed up within them. He linked them to their natural body energies, which is why Kim felt drained. And also it explained why the Rangers still had the same uniforms and their same helmets. So even though Billy has the power of a ninja wolf, he still had the Triceratops helmet, which is like, okay, that's weird.
Well, you got. I feel like you got to chalk it up to like continuity issues, especially when it comes to, like, you know, because after Zoo Ranger and the Sensei, I think that's when keep blanking on the
Die Ranger.
Yeah, Die Ranger came in, and I think they were gonna change the costumes. But the kids was like, no, keep the original suits. So there's that. All they did was basically kept the suits.
The Zords were pretty much the same color.
Yeah. So they easily got away with that. So there's that. Also adding the White Ranger from Die Ranger, you know. So there's that.
It always looked a little bit weird, which I'm glad they actually addressed in the original movie, how all the other Rangers have their morphers on their belts, but you see Tommy without a morpher, yet in the movie, he has his morpher on his belt.
Movie, you know, You know, I mean, I think for me, they did a blockbuster movie, so it's like, yeah, we can get away doing this.
Yep, pretty much. I think we'll probably call it time here. So I think we've pretty much gotten what we needed to get done, and yeah.
Apologies as well for me having that little outburst earlier, but I just felt that I needed to say it.
No.
Don't worry, people. If you was gonna say it, someone would.
Mm.
Okay. Right, we'll be back next week at the regular start time of 6 p.m. UK, 1 p.m. Eastern, and 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Hopefully, with the return of Madam President. Until then, I have been MJ Knight saying good night from the night.
Take care, everybody.
Be back, y'all. 2024, great.
Oh yes. Right. Daisy's not online, but the little lemon bun is, so we're gonna go and raid her.
Yay.
Plus lemon bun's sweet. I'm hoping to get back into streaming regularly on Monday nights because, again, IRL situation, just trying to find a rhythm with the new schedule, so I'm just trying to find which one works. So yeah, I hope to be back streaming gaming wise this week, but we'll see how it goes. Until then, say hello to the little lemon bun.
Hooray.
What's that? Oh, it's just a tail. MJ Knight, thanks for the raid. How you doing? Where's Anita's going? Okay, last time I had a freaking